This is Tanoa and is currently under occupation by the SAF. Those ruthless occupiers. I'm sick of them. So I'm gonna liberate it without firing a shot. You might be wondering, how can you do this? Well, if you've seen either of these two videos, you might know how. But if you don't know how, by the end of this video, you'll see how I took these measly, weak, inaccurate and pathetic AI and used them to turn Antistasi into a real-time strategy game. It begins with liberating my first military base. But wait, you might be wondering, how did I capture, well, all this? Remember those videos I mentioned earlier? Go watch them if you haven't and find out how we got here. Having secured the military base, and with so much support for the cause, our war level was quite high. This means an arms dealer came to the island to help supply our cause, and with the help of his garage feature, we would be very well equipped for the upcoming assault on an outpost, and even fending off the counterattack. But wait, before I get ahead of myself, let's bring it back. Taking BTRs, BMPs, and a bunch of infantry, we struck two side-by-side outposts simultaneously. As our infantry made their way to the outpost, our armour engaged the defensive forces from afar, and so the assaults began. Splitting the forces into two groups and giving them orders to move in quickly, forcing our way into the first outpost. Sending in airstrikes to drop cluster bombs on the enemy sped things up quite a lot, and taking out all the counter-attacking forces sent our way, we secured the first outpost. So I've taken out everybody in the first outpost, and I'm taking the flag now. The attack on the second outpost is still ongoing, but some of the AI are just having issues. Like, I keep reordering them to move up, but I always have to jump into Zeus and like fix them, and like move them around or similar. It's really annoying. I utilised the commander menu as much as possible to issue orders. When the AI would bug out or just sit there doing nothing, I would jump into Zeus and try and fix it that way, even taking remote control of the AI to try and reset them. Once we secured both outposts, I moved the HQ to this location. Once again, getting tanks, BMPs and anti-airs from the arms dealer, and using those in our assaults, slowly capturing seaports, factories, and converting towns to our cause as we went. So, have just secured the seaport in Blueport. Now, I want to move on the airbase, but before that, I want to try and surround it, I think. So, I'm going to surround it on all sides, and to do that, I'm going to need to move on the factory to the southern border of our land, of our territory. And I'm also going to then move on the seaport to the north, because I think I can do them both simultaneously. Launching a three-way assault into enemy territory, sending tanks, BMPs and BTRs with infantry, the attack began on the seaport to the north and the factory to the south, as we slowly pushed back the SAF. At the same time, another attack on an outpost to the west, currently controlled by the AFRF, began. Right, so it didn't really take long at all to get control of the seaport. It was much closer to our HQ, so I don't even think the rest of the units are in position. The units I sent to the factory, they're currently fighting a roadblock, so I'm going to send these guys from the seaport to the outpost right beside them. It didn't take long before the AI overwhelmed the AFRF and I was able to secure the outpost. At the same time, the SAF sent a tank to reinforce the factory we were assaulting. Is that a tank? Oh, Okay. Well then. Okay. Yeah. Neutralizing defenses we set up to deal with it, the tank began to fight our tank. But we were severely outgunned. Luckily, before destroying all our forces, our AI were able to disable the turret, allowing us to slowly wear it down before blasting it away. RHS CUP. Okay, cool. So they have switched side to support us now. So that means I can finally upgrade the AI skill to the next level. With each town conversion, we upgraded our AI's capabilities, allowing us to deal with the stronger and more lethal forces sent to stop us. As our war level increased with each territory we took, I've got multiple BMP moving on the airbase on one side, then I'm sending in a bunch of infantry from another, and then from the far side to the BMPs, I've got even more armor, more BMPs. So I think we're ready for the attack on the airbase. Yeah, let's go. Issuing orders to all the squads prepared to begin the assault, our armor quickly took on and eliminated most of the defenses. That's not to say without losses, we actually lost BMPs, but I got distracted by this doggo, so I didn't really care.
Doggo, he's a doggo, he's a good boy.
We quickly secured the airbase, as the SAF sent in an attack chopper and multiple paratroopers. Fortunately for us, most of them landed in the sea, and we were able to take out the helicopter with ease. And eventually dealt with the infantry. While we slowly worked on taking out the rest of the infantry, the AFRF sent an attack chopper our way, and he would have done devastating damage if our AI weren't basically free. Okay, so I moved to the AFRF's starting island to try and liberate it. I'm going to try and take on the AFRF's airbase. It's the only one they have, so I'm going to take a couple of tanks and BMPs. And just in case, they counterattack with helicopters and IRs. With 4 tanks, 4 BMPs and 2 anti-airs on the move to the airbase, the assault began, as our tanks engaged the units defending it. Mortars struck down all around our tanks as they advanced, getting eliminated as soon as our armor entered the airbase. Our BMPs moved up, taking out most of the defenses on one side as the tanks rolled through the airbase from the other. The AFRF sent an APC to deal with us, but was quickly disabled and destroyed by our anti-airs and tanks. capturing the airbase, the AFRF sent quite a formidable counterattack, sending jets, which were made quick work of, and even a tank. Even with their more advanced armor, they were no match for the firepower we had waiting for it. With the airbase secure, we began the attacks on the remaining AFRF strongholds on the island. With similar attacking forces, our BMPs rolled over the ARF units, defending this outpost as we converted the towns on this island to supporting our rebellion.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Směrem, přesun, severozápad. Sejmul jsem jednoho. Vidím cíl. Směrem.
Giving our forces new orders to move on the seaport, a jet was sent to deal with our forces, but the anti-air units dealt with it very effectively. Moving our units through the town to finish off all remaining infantry, we secured the island. Right, so I'm moving back onto the main island again. Yeah, now that means I have the AFRF and SAF completely encircled. We all are like, our land completely envelops theirs now, and now we just have to kind of crush them. Our attacks continued as we liberated more towns, securing more territory, liberating outposts, seaports, and factories, until the AFRF and SAF both had only one stronghold each on the island. With no escape, the last military base of the AFRF would soon fall to the might of our rebellion. Currently I'm moving my forces forward into position to begin the attack, just starting the building nearby so the AI will have spawned and will be waiting for them and not just spawning, you know, maybe spawning anti-air and be like in the middle of the base as our AI get to the military base. You know, the AI, any armor that they have in the military base will be able to have moved forward. The units will have spread out, some of that, so to make it, you know, more balanced. As our armor moved along the road, the anti-aircraft guns guarding the base engaged us and disabled our first tank. However, the superior firepower of our tank returned fire, instantly overpowering the enemy AA and causing the crew to abandon it. When the rest of our armor arrived, they quickly engaged and eliminated the infantry defending the military base from afar.
Jih 200 metrů. Přesun, jih, cíl, směrem 1-8 kulomet.
The attack progressed rapidly as our units advanced towards the military base, completely overpowering the enemy forces.
100 metrů. Vidím cíl, směrem 100 metrů. Vidím cíl, směrem 100 metrů. Sundal jsem ho.
Oh, this guy's heading straight for that tank, I think. Yeah, he's dead.
Vidím cíl, směrem 100 metrů. Vidím cíl.
The tank is turning towards him now. Run away, please. Yeah. Yeah, he's so dead. The tank's not. He's not firing. Like, look like he's tracking the BMP, just not firing. As a last resort, the AFRF attempted to airstrike our forces right outside the military base. However, it did no damage, as it didn't make contact with any of our armor, and our infantry was still moving towards the military base. As our forces gathered, I noticed they were not engaging the HMGs in the towers, and in retaliation for the close call earlier, I sent in an airstrike of my own.
Přesun, jih 200 metrů. Přesun jeho západ.
In no time at all, our armor and infantry had overpowered the enemy forces, eliminating the last of the AFRF and allowing me to capture the airbase, sending the invaders packing. So I've got my squads all in position. I'm gonna start moving these guys here and then here. I'm gonna start moving these guys here and into there. No, here. There, there, there. You guys go there. Again, you guys there, there. Alright, let's watch this. See what happens. So we're getting more strike at the moment. That's both of those. Oh, that's that turn as well. Okay, cool. Oh, I guess we were like right on the verge and just killing those last guys influenced all this area. I guess these guys also engaging, right? Yeah. See what's this doing? He hasn't. He has now. Oh, but he's already launched his bombs. I feel like that was very effective. Got shut down. That's fine. Guys back here, he's not aggro to. Gonna send another. High explosive on the airbase. I think this area. Why is this guy to get shut down? Ooh, that's gonna be effective. Oh, it's too late, isn't it? Yeah. That's the well, that means we lost one, right? Because yeah. It's like that. I think I'm curious what happened here. Dude, this frame solid. The problem is this stuff over here. In the meantime, one more napalm. There to there. So there's one last thing in the enemy's occupation. I love how we resorted to napalm striking, by the way. Victory. That is it. The population of the country loves you, and I'm elected to be Prime Minister. And I didn't kill anybody. Awesome.